Hello and welcome back to Castle Doctrine. It's been a while. It's been a while because there have been a number of patches that have been coming out in fairly close to each other, actually. And I've been trying to let the game figure out what I want it to be. That sounds quite dramatic, and it kind of is. In a nutshell, the game has gone through quite a few changes which have in turn dramatically affected the type of game that this is. To put it in the words of Jason, the developer, he made a game that was never quite meant to be a puzzle game. It eventually became one, but what he wanted was more of a user-generated roguelike, where the flaws of the roguelike dungeon were made by other players. He wanted it to be suspenseful. He wanted it to be quite engaging when you're running around robbing, and indeed when you're designing your own house to be robbed. But what ended up happening was a game that the people designing the houses became so good at it, it made it kind of uninteresting to play, to actually try to solve. Except for those who were quite bloody and stubborn about solving them. When you last saw an episode, we had blueprints. They've now been removed, and I personally think this is a very good thing. And I've been kind of waiting, just sort of tentatively watching the game since the removal of the blueprints, seeing what's going to happen. Because I didn't want to start another house and then have that one just randomly stop because a new version came out which changed all the ground rules again and reset everything. But I'm kind of happy with where the game is right now. I'm going to very briefly go over the big changes. Now, I've mentioned that blueprints have been taken out because they were brought in to try and solve the whole magic dance or hidden information in the puzzles. People had made a way to force someone to try the puzzle. To put it like this, there were two ways that you could rob a house. One, you could try and solve the puzzle that the person had built into the house, or two, you could try and circumvent the puzzle and like burrow through a wall or cut a wire or something like that. And what people had discovered was because you could only take 8 items into a house, if they made a wall 9 thick, then it didn't matter if the last wall was made of papier-mâché, you were buggered. You had to do what they wanted. You had to try and solve their puzzle. That was the only way through. Now that has been, hopefully, fingers crossed, addressed. The blueprints were brought in to try and solve that because people eventually made those combination locks, and because you couldn't see what was going on, you didn't really know what you were doing. The puzzle could be obnoxiously complex, and there was really no way of you solving it. Now, the blueprints came in, and that got rid of the whole combination lock trap and all that sort of stuff, but it kind of split the player base into 2 types. The ones who were really, really clever and really into the wiring and the circuitry and just working out these sort of wiring puzzles. And then the casual players, the people who perhaps weren't as into that element, but were more into the fun, trying to solve puzzles inside this sort of suspenseful kind of robbery scenario. And the problem was that the ones who were really good with the puzzles would set up really complicated ones which are so complicated that even with the blueprints, you had to spend hours trying to work through in your head how every step would affect the puzzle in order to get to the vault. So you had this fairly small group of people who could make these puzzles and in turn could solve the puzzles made by other people, and then a very large amount of people who either didn't have the time or patience to try and solve it out, but were capable of doing so. I mean, ask a person what's more fun, staring at a blueprint for 6 hours to try and solve it to get in-game money, or going and smashing someone's head in and killing floor. You'll probably get a massive favouring towards the killing floor side, even if they're not first-person shooter buffs. Now, the thing that was brought in to try and fix that is that the blueprints have gone, but to avoid us going back to the whole secret dance and combination lock thing off screen that you can't get to, let me quickly illustrate. You buy one. Now, normally, you'd buy another and it would go there, but now, this time it doesn't. It goes here. You can basically infinitely stack your tools. A tool will take up 1 slot, or rather, a tool type. Now, I could have 20 crowbars all in this one space, and I've still got 7 other spaces that I can put 7 other tools out of the 12. Now, I'm never going to be able to take every single type of tool. So there will never be a situation in which I can take every type of tool and I'm possibly going to need to solve the problem, and an arbitrary number of those tools. So there's still going to be a part of the game where you've got to try and predict, well, what are people mostly, what's the most prevalent type of design? Do people mostly use wooden walls? Should I take saws? Or do they mostly use concrete walls? Should I take explosives? The other thing, the prices have become significantly higher. Now, the reason for this is so that any tool that can basically break something has had a much, much higher price put on it. Any tool, well, except this one, any tool which is more for analyzing the problem, that you might take into a scouting trip to a house where you're not trying to break in properly, you're just trying to have a look around, see if you can perhaps come back with the proper tools to do it next time, they're still fairly cheap. Now, I don't want to do that. I can undo what I've just done and get that back, which is pretty neat because I was just showing you for now. But effectively, what you've got now is that there's no way of just building an arbitrary number of walls and thus forcing someone to try your trap. You've got to try and make your puzzle now with the fact, with it in mind that someone could just bring a lot of saws. So you can't really afford to just make all of the walls out of wood and rely on that forcing someone across some sort of death trap gauntlet to get them to get to your loot, because they'll just burrow all the way through the walls if they can. Now, it's going to be expensive for them to do that. So the other part which is coming, because a couple of you might be thinking, well, that's clearly broken the game because there's no way you could ever possibly protect your house. But there is. People, it's not just that the tools are expensive now. It's that when you rob, and in fact, we'll go out and we'll actually rob rather than just watching me sit here while I'm talking. Let's grab a couple of tools. Might make this one an introduction video to the new set of rules. We want some of this. Now I'm going to take 5 of those. Don't want a gun. I can't afford a gun even if I did want one. And a ladder is, wow, stupidly expensive. We'll take some of these. These can now cut wire flooring, I believe, even when it's powered off. So pretty useful. We'll take some bricks. And we'll take some of these so I can analyze wires, and we'll take some doorstops. Why not? Now, the very big part of this that's probably going to get your attention is that, I didn't actually properly introduce you. This is Jimmy, this is Mary, and this is Jessica. There we are. Introductions are done. I probably won't be back anyway. Never mind. Now, the other big thing is that any tools you take with you, say you had enough money to spend and buy 100 saws, 100 crowbars, 100 blowtorches, all of that. Regardless whether you are successful or whether you leave, just walk straight out, or whether, so you could just leave the trap or you could get to the vault, you will drop all of your tools. Now, the premise is, if you're bailing, it's probably because, oh shit moment, drop the rucksack, just leg it, get to the door, get out, the police are on their way. Or you get to the vault and you're like, well, I can either carry all of my tools back out, which are filling my rucksack, or I can fill them with all of these jewels and gold bullion, because everyone on this street has gold bullion in their safe. But that's the premise. So you will leave anything you don't use. So with that in mind, you're not going to just walk into a house with, well, what I've done, just randomly picked up as much tools as $2,000 can buy me of a various assortment and gone off to try and steal. I now need to get about $2,000 worth of money back, regardless of what I do. But you will notice not as many houses anymore. And this is a part of the problem, really, that came around when the blueprint update came through. Like I said, it split the player base into 2 types. Those who could understand and solve the puzzles, and those who weren't very good at it and couldn't. But the other problem they faced... Oh, this place has been torn open. The other big problem they faced, the ones who weren't particularly good at solving the very difficult problems. Oh. Lillian, Cassandra, your husband really should have done more to protect you. Go on, get out. Foolish. Go. Don't stare at me, just go. Now, the other problem that the people who weren't as good at making these puzzles was they couldn't solve them. So they were trying to feed off each other. the only houses that were safe for them to basically rob. And with the blueprints, any basic sort of house was laughably simple to solve. So really, you didn't end up with a lot of people at the bottom of the list who were just sharing money a lot. You just ended up with a lot of people at the bottom of the list who had no money at all. Because eventually, one of the people at the top of the list was like, well, it's a lot easier if I just bottom feed and just strip the odd couples of dollars that these houses down here have, because they're no threat to me, than try to puzzle out someone else's house, which might actually kill me, and then I'd lose my unbreakable fortress. It didn't go too well. There's a chihuahua in there, I think. Can I use this? Yes, I can. Haha! I have broken your grate. And I'm fairly sure... Can I throw this? No. But I can now do that. Yeah. See, quite a few little things have changed. So there's now no longer possible either to have a door with a pitbull behind it. Previously, that was a recipe for death. There was no way of getting that door to open without stepping into the door, which meant pitbull death on the other side. So now you can break it with crowbars. Hello, Chihuahua. Ooh, I thought that was going to be death there, but no. Now, the other nice thing about this is I've got about $2,000, well, a bit shy of that, but near enough. $2,000 worth of tools here. This person's house only had about $1,000 in it. Oh, there's a cat. And what will happen is when I rob their grand, they're going to end up with twice as much money's worth of tools, because I'm going to drop it all. That will be left in their house. So it's a little bit of a sort of a Kickstarter then for when the person comes back and they're like, oh man, my place has been broken into, my gold bullion is gone. What am I meant to do? Well, on the bright side, he'll still have his wife and kids, and he'll have all of these fantastic tools there, so he can go and rob some other poor sap's gold bullion. So, you know, it's going to be swings and roundabouts, and money's going to be changing hands often. Kind of the way it should be, in my opinion. This is the way the game was meant to be. I mean, it's not to say that it wasn't that in the beginning of like version 5, but it very quickly turned into something else. Now, let's go ahead and rob that. We've actually lost a lot. You empty your backpack to make room for the vault's contents. You stole 499 and this item. I went out. It wasn't a very productive work day, honestly. I made a loss. Crime doesn't pay, kids. Just remember this, okay? Don't follow in my footsteps. Crime does not pay. We've got very little money now to actually try and do anything. So I'm just going to continue robbing for the rest of this video, I think. And we'll just play around, see what kind of houses are out there, maybe even see what kind of traps people are making these days. That'd be pretty cool. We definitely want one of those. As you saw, they're very, very handy. I'm not sure if they can cut a live grate. It might be that the idea is that you'd electrocute yourself trying, so that would be pretty cool. Pick that up. I'll take some door stops. Take some bricks, you know, so I can throw it at a dog, maybe to wake it up and so it can eat me. Normal sort of stuff. There we go. I'm heading back out. Don't wait up for me. But yes, so as you can see, things have changed, and probably changed for the better. Now, $7,000, eh? I accept. Uh-oh. I should have really come here first with all of those super tools that I had, but alas, no. Now, the indicator light is on. Those are regular pits, those are powered pits. And the family's dead. I didn't even notice this to start with. That is how desensitized I've become to this sort of thing. So, Adam, Amy, Ashley. Ooh. Okay, we're going to turn that on. Uh-oh. Okay. Can I... Oh. No. Damn it. It doesn't appear that there is a way that I can get up there. But, let me just check something out. That's turned off. No, that's still open. Shenanigans, I call. Oh, that closed. What about down here? Curiouser and curiouser. How am I meant to get up there? There's probably a puppy walking around somewhere. Now, if I had a stupid amount of money, I could like use crazy amounts to try and get across there, but I don't. We need to go that way. And it looks like I may have killed whatever was controlling that switch. Oh, no. There we are. Okay. I'm probably... Yeah, I died. Oh, you. I should have brought the explosives. I could have blown my way through a wall. It would have been awesome. Okay, well, we're going to try that again. I know I died. I saw it happen. We have Anne, Ryan, and Candice. Candice? Not sure how to pronounce that name. Too many crazy things that it could end up being. I'm just going to buy stuff and stick to names that make sense. Like Lowry. Oh, bugger it. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. We'll take one thing of explosives for getting through concrete walls. We will take some of that. We will take some drugged meat. We will also take some water. Blowtorch? Yeah, go on. We'll take one blowtorch. It'll be awesome. Trust me. And we'll take a doorstop or two. That's good enough. Don't spend all that money at once. Well, actually, go ahead. It's not very much money. I can't imagine you could do anything meaningful. Ooh. Aha! Now, this is another really, really neat thing. We can't go here. Now, if I were to try, something about this house gives you the chills. You can't bear to enter it. That's because I died there recently. Now, that'll last for about an hour. So someone can't just make a suicide character, throw themselves at the house over and over again, trying to remember the way through it until they've worked something out. No, because they can only try once every hour if they intend to just like waste their life in this. That's another pretty cool thing, because people are not just going to be able to throw themselves uselessly at your traps until they work it out, then bring a character along that they actually want to keep and steal all your riches. No, no, no. I mean, they could, but it would take them a much longer time to do it in, and really, unless they're like videoing it, I suppose I could. Keep this video evidence so I could later look back at the logs. Yes, criminal mastermind at work here. But no, I'm not going to do something as dishonorable as that. That would just be wrong. Let's try George William Taber's house. Hello. Oh. I believe that this house has been broken. I'm going to leave. Oh, no! I ditched my backpack. Did I really ditch my backpack? Oh, man. I thought I was meant to be able to keep that. That's pants. Honestly. I thought if I hadn't done anything in there, it wouldn't let me throw my money away. That, I think, needs to change, because there was nothing I could do in that situation other than kill myself. Why would I just ditch my bag there? That house is effectively unsolvable right now, from what I could see, anyway. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe if I walk on the... No. See? Damn you, George William Taber. You swine. Okay, fresh start. I think that should probably be changed so that if you do nothing but literally step into the house, and in fact, that's what I understand is meant to be the case. That's certainly what was in the patch notes anyway, that you enter a house and if you do nothing significant, you don't rob anything, don't break anything, don't use any tool, and you immediately leave, it doesn't take your backpack stuff off you, because it's basically you've stepped in, had a attack of morality and walked straight back out. The thief's life is not for you. But no, apparently I got psyched out by an empty house and just threw down my goods and legged it. Not really what I intended to do. Let's take some water. I intend to let whoever gets my corpse get lots of stuff, basically. I think it's only fair. We'll stock up a couple more of those. And some more of that. And some more of that. There we go. We are now ready to go and throw our lives away. We have Veronica, Sean, and Alison. I actually haven't left you any money. It's because I don't love any of you. I hated those people. They just ruined my dreams. I was going to be a rock star. And then Terribleness. Daniel Stephen Smith. I don't really hate them. There's a little part of my heart that I love them. I mean, they were my kids, after all. I feel terrible now about saying that. Damn it. Ooh, this guy's got a lot of art. And it all looks terrible. This doesn't look right. Hello? Hello? Good night. Haha! Oh. If I got a blue... I haven't got a blowtorch. Damn it! That would have been awesome. Oh, bum. Can wow. I'm really sorry about this, pup, but... Why? I can't appear to kill the dog. Seems... I took one step too far. I'm not cut out for this robbery malarkey. Another power trapdoor. Fast becoming my nemesis in this game. Or nemesis. What's the plural of nemesis? Nemesi? Kelly, Zach. Oh, that's a good name. And Anne. An equally good name. Actually, this is a well-named family. I'm almost tempted to keep you. In my basement. In a cage. No. No, must resist the urge. Let us go out robbering again. But this time, we're going to take some blowtorches. Yeah, I'm going to come prepared. Oh my god, being prepared costs so much money. I'm going to have to get used to this as well. But on the plus side, as I get used to how much things cost, I'll know what to make my house out of. Because now, yeah, it costs... Oh, I wonder. Actually, it's £100 to get a door. I wonder how much it costs to place a wooden wall. It still costs the same amount. Ooh. It's now significantly cheaper to build something than it is to break through it. I approve of this immensely. I mean, absolutely, that is awesome. Well done. I'm very glad. Let's grab 2 of those. And some door stops. I'm a big fan of door stops. And some more water. Okay, we're going to go out and give someone else some more money. I really like you guys. I really love you. I mean, it isn't just the sort of like paternal instincts going on. I've got pictures of you in my wallet and everything. I've scribbled out the faces so that if someone does find my dead body in their house, that no dishonor will be heaped upon you. Daniel Donald's Spate. Well, there's a lot of money here. I'm almost certain I'm not going to be able to get through this house. Now, very thick walls by the looks of it, and very long corridor of powered doors. So, well, that one has to... Okay. These lights are not on. It would appear that perhaps there is a magic dance going on here. And given how expensive ladders are, I mean, literally, ladders are more expensive than explosives. What is this? Nonsense, I tell you. Okay, so I guess we're still going to have some of the problems. People are going to force you to do their thing their way, I guess. Just by being obnoxious. You know, we haven't quite gone past that point yet. We're not at the mature stage of the game where people make puzzles that, you know, will be fun for someone to try. No. But on the plus side, there's no longer the instant death trap the moment you walk in, because they know that the moment you step through the door, you're going to have to drop all your loot. I didn't want you to see me like this, family. Penniless, defeated, broken by my own lack of robbing skill. Let's go back out. Another nice thing about the security tapes, though, is it now will show people who just came on a scouting mission. Again, perhaps that's what it was. As long as they do something significant. As long as they... Actually, no, I'm fairly sure if they step off the mat into the house, it'll keep a security tape of it. Maybe I was imagining the whole... that you get to keep your backpack, and I was confusing it with that. In which case, I shall be suggesting that on the forums, that I think you should be... If it doesn't keep a security tape of you, then it shouldn't take your gear either. Kelvin Allen Pimentel. Okay. That is Death Trap. Hello, children. You may leave. There's a dog in there. Hello, Mary. Well, you can obviously leave because I don't kill people, but I couldn't kill you even if I wanted to. I don't have the tools. This is gonna kill me, isn't it? No. 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 Hurrah! We win! How fantastic! I've got a picture too! Are you embarrassed to dance? By Ashley Birch. I thought that was going to be some sort of, all together, racism is bad and okay sort of picture, but no. It's more like a visual representation of a Men Without Hats song. But okay, we've got some money. Let's get some more tools. And we've also got some dog meat. Yay. I'll take some more dog meat because dogs are... Well, you know what? The dogs aren't actually that common anymore. Let's move these back. Back over there. We're going to go out because it looks like what we need to do from now on is actually go on scouting missions. And that is kind of awesome. Charles J. Moffat. Hello. I see that Charles is relying on the mercy and generosity of his fellow burglars not to kill his family. Goodbye. Right, I'm going to go back out. I'll be right back. Hello, Mr. Moffat. I am back to... Oh, wait. I see. You clever dog. I've got to go one way or the other. Okay, I'll be right back, Mr. Moffat. I'm back again, family. Don't worry. I'm going to win this time. I just need a bit more dog food. Maybe a crowbar or two. And a saw or two. Maybe some doorstops. Everyone loves doorstops. Give me all the doorstops. I feel safe now. Right. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that too often. Blow all my money on doorstops. But let's go and see if we can't get Mr. Moffat's... £500. Right. You know what? I need to put you to sleep now so that I don't have to worry about you later. Oh. Ha! I spotted you. Also, you need to go to sleep. Hello? Hello? Oh. I see. So that would have been a dead end. I would have been chased up there. Thankfully, though, I can come down here. Hello. Good night. Now, the thing is, it's costing me far less to put these things to sleep than it would have cost... Oh. If I was a cruel man, I'd go back up there and club some of those dogs just to give Mr. Moffat the old two-finger salute. But no. Not that I don't want to insult Mr. Moffat, but I just don't want to hurt the dogs, basically. But there we are. I'm back. Pretty much the same place we were just now. This isn't going to work out, is it? I know. Well, at any rate, this has been a good reintroduction video to the way Castle Doctrine works. Now, I'm going to end the video possibly on a low by going out one final time. And we're going to try and steal some more cash, but probably... no, we're not going to take that. But probably die in the trying. What shall we take then? We'll take one of these. I don't use them nearly enough. And we'll take some of those as well. Okay, let's go. This will quite likely be the last time that we see our family. Now. He's already got loads of money. Oh, wait. My tools. I can go back for my tools. Oh, bloody dog is woken up again. Oh, man. Dog. Good. Now I can't do anything either. Well played, Mr. Moffat. Well played. I don't even have enough money. Well, bugger it. That guy's house is now unsolvable. I have doomed the next person who tries to get in there. Well, I suppose that is kind of a funny note to end this video on. We haven't got much money, but when you rejoin me, we'll probably have another family. And another $2,000, which I will actually spend on making a good house this time, and only spending a little bit of it on doorstops before we go out to raid somewhere. But yeah, I'm quietly optimistic that some of the things that made version 5 the sort of golden age of Castle Doctrine great have been returned with version 10. Fingers crossed, you will probably be seeing a lot more Castle Doctrine from me. At least scouting videos at the very least, which will probably take up a little bit of my time. But yes, looking forward to seeing what this new version has to offer. I hope you are too. But until next we meet, and as always, do take care.